Hey folks, Dr. Gerstmar from Aspire Natural Health. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you happen to be watching or listening to this, I hope you're having a fantastic day. All right, today we want to talk about support. Support people and what to do when your support person is going in a different direction than you are. This is happening to me right now, very topical, so I thought I'd bring it up and talk about it. So we all need support people. One of the missing pieces for a lot of people in their health journeys dealing with digestive issues and autoimmunity, and for every other major aspect of a person's life, whether that's health, wealth, relationships, or anything else, the goals that a person's trying to achieve, often one of the things that we're lacking is support. You know, in America, we have this kind of myth and this narrative of, the loner, the hero who pulls themselves up by their bootstraps and accomplishes this major goal by themselves. Everything's on their back and on their shoulders, and the big hero, comes through and wins the day. Years and years and years ago, I read a novel by Ayn Rand, and it's that sort of thing. In it, there's this character, and they have their goals, and they ignore what their friends say and what their coworkers say and what society says, and they persevere by themselves to accomplish this, magnificent thing. And I remember at the time being really inspired by that. But we have to understand that it is simply a myth. When we read real stories, biographies, and histories, and we talk to people who've accomplished great things, 99.99% of them, almost every single one, we find that the myth may be that they did it all by themselves, but the reality is they did it surrounded by a team and a support system. And so it's crucial for each of us to recognize this. We are not in it alone, or we shouldn't be. If we find ourselves in it alone, one of the most important things we can do for our success is to seek out others to support us as we go about this. And so, like all of us, I have a number of different support people in my life. And recently I've been talking with one of them, and there's been friction there. We've kind of been grinding on one another a bit. And I recognized this morning it was because we're going at things in two different ways. For me right now, it's more the marathon approach. Like, I've got some long-term projects that are in front of me right now, and these aren't going to be accomplished in a day or a week. It's going to take, at the very minimum, a couple of months to get things done. And it's really important for me personally to respect the cycles of restoration. You can't sprint continuously. We know that in real life, running as fast as you can't do that for very long. You become exhausted, and if you keep trying, you're eventually going to, pass out or collapse into a heap. And that happens to a lot of us, metaphorically here, right? We were working and working and working. I don't know about you, but I've certainly burned the candle on both ends, and before too long, you recognize it physically, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually. You just can't keep going. You have to rest and restore yourself. And so it's important for me to recognize where I am in my life and what's going on and my goals and my projects. It's more a marathon. It's put in a slow and steady pace. Keep doing it day after day and moving in the direction of your goals. Well, my friend, my support system in this is at a phase where for them, they really are in a sprint. They have some hard deadlines they need to get done. They're putting in a tremendous amount of time and energy, working overtime, lots of hours every day, lots of days for the week, not taking breaks or rest right now in order to get something done. So we're coming at things from a very different place right now. And what I need to hear is what is not what they need to hear. What I'm saying isn't really resonating with them. In fact, it's irritating them. And the same, what they're saying is really irritating me. So it's all good. We're still friends. We're still support structures, but it's recognizing, something's not working. And that doesn't mean either of us are bad. It just means right now, where we're at, our goals are going in a different place. And trying to harmonize those doesn't really work. So, what do you do when a support friend, colleague, a support person in your life, right now you're going in a different direction? You're not aligned on the goals or the way that you're going to get there. If you keep trying to force it together, you're likely to blow up that support person, that relationship, create ill will between you. So when you recognize you feel a lot of friction, the most important thing is to stop for a minute, step back, and evaluate what is going on. In this case, you find that you're headed in two different directions right now. That might be temporary, or the reality is you may permanently be moving in two different directions, and that support relationship needs to break off. That's a possibility. In this case, for me, this is temporary. So what do? You recognize that you're not going to get the support you need from this person. You need to evaluate your network and reach out to someone else, which is exactly what I did. Recognizing that this doesn't work, I reached out to another person and asked them for support, what I needed in the direction I was going. And thankfully, they agreed. Absolutely. They would support me through this longer term process for me. And personally, I know when my other support person here gets out of their sprint, things will realign again and we'll be able to support each other more. So I can help support them in what they're doing right now, recognize that it's not for me. And look, if you recognize or you realize that your support person is moving in a different direction from you and you have no other support people in your life, it's good to recognize the need to cultivate other relationships, other support people in our lives, because we cannot rely on one single person to meet all of our needs. Things change, goals change, people change. And so it's important to surround ourselves with a group of friendly and supportive people who are going to make this journey through life better, but also to help us accomplish the things that are valuable for us in life. All right, folks, that is it for me today. Listen, a simple but profound message. If you're finding some tension going on there, things are sparking in a bad way in those support networks, take a step back, take a deep breath, look objectively at the situation. If you're moving in different directions, it's okay. Acknowledge that. Reach out to someone else for support. All right, speaking of support, if you are dealing with digestive issues and autoimmunity and you want to be around a group of people who are friendly and supportive, I urge you, go to Facebook right now and type in ANH, that stands for Aspire Natural Health, ANH Academy. Search for it there. You can find our exclusive private Facebook group. It's open to all right now. All you need to do is answer 3 quick, simple, easy questions. Come and join us to find a group of people dealing with digestive issues and autoimmunity who are friendly and supportive. All right, folks, that is it for me today. Until next time, take care.